This thing sucks. I almost didn't make a video today, but life goes on. I almost had it under control with medication, but then one night after dinner, I forgot I had it, and I wiped too hard with a napkin, and I just felt this thing just instantly swell up. Now it's crazy. Instead of grossing you out with my big ass cold sore, I just put a band-aid on it and just move on. Anyways, I've been so busy this week with the Bangkok, I haven't had time to make any regular reviews, so hopefully by next week things will be back to normal. I built a Bangkok this week and I was surprised at how smoothly everything went. Usually with the first prototype build, things get a little bit sketchy, but this one was super easy. Good news is most of the technical aspects are good to go. We just have to iron out some small details and most importantly, test the durability. I know the perfect spot. Alright, so I'm back at the Bando, and this is a perfect place to test the quad because it's nothing but steel and concrete. So last time I was out here, it got kind of shady with a bunch of homeless dudes around, so this time I brought my bodyguard. Come here, dude.
What's up, man?
Alright, if you guys don't know, this is EnvyAstro. You should check out his channel. He does a bunch of crazy videos, testing, just a bunch of extreme tests.
Dude, we do a lot of stuff over there, man. We do battery torture tests. Y'all guys probably know us by that. We do motor reviews, we don't do motor tortures, but maybe we should.
Yeah,
but we also do like prop reviews. What else we do? Just random
all sorts of shenanigans.
Just go check it out.
Check him out. He's real entertaining. All right, so I'm just gonna sit here and talk about my build, and then after that, I'll get Ivan's first impression on the quad. So on my build, I built it with the T-Motor F40 V2 2400 kV, what is this? Foxier Predator Mini V3, TBS Unify V3. Crossfire, and originally I built it with a Speedix GS35 4-in-1 with a Helio, but as I was doing the hover test, I was testing, and then when I landed, it bounced a little bit and the quad flipped out. So after this little incident that I had with the Helio that attacked me and put me in the hospital for like 4 days, I'm a little bit wary of stuff that freaks out, so I didn't even want to take any chances with that Helio. Nothing against Helio, it flies fine if it's properly working, but I just don't want to take any chances. So I rebuilt it with the Emax Mini Mag 2, which pretty much I have in all my quads, and it's been super reliable. Alright, so Ivan, what do you think about this quad?
What, the frame or the quad?
What's the difference?
Well, I mean, that one's built. This one's not right here. This is my personal one. So shout out to my dude. You've always been supporting me since like I barely started. You know, I had success with the Flight Club. You know, couldn't have done it without you. But anyway, we're at freestyle. If you guys know me, I'm not a freestyler, so I don't really know what to look for as far as like the electronics, which is really motors, right? It's like really motors and like props maybe. So I don't know too much, but I'm gonna give you my first impressions, what I look and see as far as his build goes. But you were talking about the Helio, man. You said you had issues with it and stuff, and I know you had issues with that sent you to the hospital, so I don't know how you still trust Helio. But I do like that you did do a 20x20 stack and then just a regular stack here, which is really nice for those people that are trying to save a couple grams maybe on the freestyle build, which I'm not like too worried about weight, but I know there's a lot of people out there.
But it was a good test too, just to build this quad with a regular 30x30 and a 20x20, and both of them built perfectly fine. On the 30x30, I did have the battery cable running to the back with a little holder. Everything worked fine, but with the Emax Mini Mag 2, the battery cable is on the side, so that's why I mounted it on the side.
Yeah, that was one of my questions that I had. And then so I do see that the stack is actually fairly low. Was that hard to build or anything like that?
Not really, but this is the prototype. So the final version, the stack will be lowered a little bit, and then on the bottom, I'm opening up these holes right here for the FC stack, so the screws can go all the way through without needing to take off the bottom plate and the arms. So that will drop the stack down just a little bit.
Okay. So look, one thing that I'm like noticing, it reminds me of Flight Club. One reason I say that is because the nucleus plate. I'm used to that since the the Proton came out.
Tokyo.
No, Tokyo didn't have the nucleus plate?
No, not nucleus plate, but buttermouth.
yeah, buttermounts. Buttermounts go way back from the Tokyo, so buttermounts is not like an issue or anything. You stuck with the buttermount on this, right? I watched your video.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a thumbs up.
It's got buttermounts for 30 by 30 and 20 by 20.
But yeah, that's one thing I like. So like, really, whenever you look at like, say like Luminaire tends to like really stick like the same arm design on like all their builds. So this thing kind of reminds me like of a Flight Club frame with that nucleus, that red. You got you added an aluminum plate there for your GoPro mount. It looks very, very nice. Whenever I first picked this up, I'm not gonna lie, it did seem a little bit heavy, but like I said, I'm a racer. I'm used to like what, 55, 60 gram quads, well, frames at least. As far as the frame goes, how much did you say the prototype weighs?
That one's about 145. Yeah, when I first weighed the prototype, I was kind of surprised because, you know, we're basically racers and we're used to the, you know, 70, sub 70 frame, gram frames, and this one kind of freaked me out, but I mean, that's pretty much how much freestyle frames weigh.
I mean, you said all the weight was how much for this?
That one, well, with the 30 by 30, it was 344. 344. So now with the mini mag, it might be like a few grams lighter.
344 plus whatever battery you take, which you're taking 4 because it's 2400s, right? Yeah. So I mean, I love butter mounts. Do you have butter mounts for both the 20 by 20 stack and then the third? Okay, so both.
This one
both
is 20 by 20 and it's on butter mounts.
Okay, nice. So let me see what else. So I did see that you have the little thing. I did see the video. You said that that's for the GoPro. This is, I'm assuming, for the Crossfire, which I see it on the build there. You have it. XT60 there. You need to make a Deans, man. You know how to run Deans. You need to make me a custom Deans there. Now, you know what? I've actually been thinking of just switching to XT60. You're the only person I know that runs Deans. To XT60 just because it's so annoying when I get batteries in the mail and I have to swap them over. I haven't even been swapping them over. I just use adapters. But I like it, dude. I mean, I gotta fly the thing, see what I really think about it as far as the flight characteristics. But I mean, I'm used to a racer, and if you guys saw that freestyle where Set Handle and I freestyled, we suck. But I'll try to fly this. I'm gonna get my first impressions on this, see how I feel about it. Maybe if we dink around here, it's all concrete, so we'll see the arm durabilities. But you did say you were gonna make a couple changes on the final version, which I'm excited to see because final version is always good. And I just like the way you have everything, like a spot for everything. You have this little small plate there for a VTX, an RX, maybe that Real Pit VTX, which I recently reviewed, which is really nice, dude. You've also reviewed that thing too, right? I like good. That. That looks really, really good. And can you also fit a micro in here?
Yeah.
All right,
so good. Like I went over all this in the other videos. I'll put links in the description below for all that.
Yeah, and so I'm asking because this is the very first time I see this frame. I did see his video, but I'm just asking because that way I know what electronics I'm gonna put on here.
Yeah, so the cage, the way it works is one side of the cage is milled out and then the other side is not milled out. So if you want to use a micro, the smaller cameras, you just put the side that's not milled out on the inside. If you want to use a mini, you just flip the plate so the milled out side's on the inside, like this. So it opens up the gap and you can put mini cameras in there. And for mini cams, you can lock the angle with the additional screw.
Okay. And I do see on the build right here, people wondering if you may hit that lens right there. It does look protected by the aluminum CNC there, so I don't think there's an issue there.
So on the final version, I was thinking about moving the holes back for the mini because this one, you see the lens is like flush with the aluminum. So I was going to move it back just a little bit so the lens sits a little more flush. But if you do that on such a wide lens like that, you will see the aluminum on the sides. Because with this one, even as is, like on the very, very top right corner, I don't know why, you can see like a tiny bit of the cage, which I'll show you in the DVR later.
And real quick question, can you see the props on the GoPro? Because I know that's like a big thing for some people. Some people don't like to see the props. Some people do. You don't know?
I've only flown an FPV. I haven't got any
FPV.
HD
Can you see it in FPV? Well, I guess we'll find out, right?
Yeah.
So, I guess that's it. Let's go ahead and get some first impressions flight footages, man.
All right, let's go.